guys, welcome to Captain Dorja's Armory. This is Captain Dorja. As you can clearly see, we are not in World of Tanks. We are in War Thunder. And we're in War Thunder for a pretty simple reason. I've been playing a lot of War Thunder lately. Normally I don't play that much War Thunder. And there's hardly any War Thunder content on my channel. And simply put, that's because War Thunder is a much more skill-intensive game than World of Tanks. In World of Tanks, basically, if you have a tank that's got a very defined role, like a tank destroyer, like in my Object 268 on El Haloof in that live commentary video that I just put up a little while ago, I talked about how the conventional wisdom is that you play tank destroyers conservatively in the second line and you snipe and blah blah blah. Well, I don't like to do that. I like to attack with my tank destroyers whenever possible because I think that they can be very good at it. In World of Tanks, you can do that kind of thing. If your playstyle and your level of skill and your opinion of a vehicle allow you to do something unconventional, you can sort of ram a square peg into a round hole in World of Tanks. And if you're good at it and good enough at the game, you can make it work, and you can sometimes make it work really well, like in that Object 268 video. I may not have done the most damage, but I got a ton of experience. So yeah. Well, in War Thunder, you can't really do that very much. You can do it a little bit. There are some bombers in War Thunder that you can kind of use like a big fighter, stuff like that. But for the most part in War Thunder, you can't really cram a square peg into a round hole, and War Thunder's got a lot more skill-intensive things that World of Tanks doesn't really have as much of. So, simply put, because I don't play War Thunder enough, I don't maintain my player skill level high enough to really be that effective a lot of the time in War Thunder. And I know I just said simply put about 3 times, and that was actually pretty complicated. So we're going to leave it at that. I don't maintain a high enough level of player skill at this game. So because of that, I'm a bad player. I don't have good games. So I don't record the content and I don't put it on YouTube very often. But something has changed that. And that is these Ground Forces HQ challenges. And these have been pretty fun. I've been really enjoying them so far. And I've had a good time with them so far. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Basically what this is that you can see down here at the bottom, we got 3 tabs. There's Aviation, Army, and Fleet. And Army and Fleet right now are not accessible because those parts of the game haven't been developed yet. So we only have access to the Aviation headquarters. But the Ground Forces headquarters is going to be coming soon. War Thunder closed beta is scheduled to start up early December. I think it's like December 4th. I don't remember, and frankly, I'm too lazy to look it up. So War Thunder closed beta for Ground Forces is starting really soon, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. I like military equipment in all of its forms. I enjoy looking at and reading about and touching and playing with guns, planes, tanks, warships, all of those things. So I'm really excited for War Thunder Ground Forces. I'm really looking forward to playing it. I think it's going to be pretty different from World of Tanks, and I'm okay with that. I like World of Tanks, but really if I'm going to play 2 different games, I don't want them to be exactly the same. So I'm pretty excited. One thing that I'm really looking forward to in War Thunder Ground Forces coming out is there's supposed to be a combined arms mode where there's going to be players in tanks on the ground fighting each other, and also players in aircraft up above fighting each other as well. And one thing that really excites me about that is the possibility of becoming like an ace, strike fighter pilot, something like that. I really just think it would be really fun to take an airplane like the P-47 and give fire support for my friendly tanks, or the Ju-87 Stuka to just wreck enemy vehicles. I think that would be really fun. I'm really looking forward to that. Interesting tidbit about, close air support in World War II. The only man in the German military to achieve their highest military award was actually a Ju-87 Stuka pilot, um, who he was killed in action, I think, on the Eastern Front. But he flew an insane number of sorties. I think he flew Ju-87 Stukas. I'm pretty sure he flew a version of the Ju-87G that is fairly similar to this. They developed a Ju-87G that had twin 37mm anti-aircraft guns mounted on it. And they could actually fire these from the Stuka into the rear of a T-34 and destroy it very easily. And this close air support pilot, who I'm pretty sure at the end of the war was flying these when he died, he's the only person in the entire German armed forces to receive the Knight's Cross with oak leaves, swords, and diamonds. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think it would be pretty cool to be like an elite close air support pilot like that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now the whole point of these Ground Forces HQ challenges is that Gaijin has said that if you complete these challenges, it's going to really increase your chance of getting a close beta invite. So I've been grinding these out every day. There's going to be a new one every day until the beta drops, or until right before it drops, at some point before it drops. So there's been 5 so far. I can't remember what all of them were, but they had one where the object was to just destroy 60 ground targets. You could use any plane you wanted, and any ground target counted. They had a challenge where you had to shoot down only fighter aircraft, and that was actually a pretty hard one. If you shot down a bomber, it didn't count as an air-to-air kill for the challenge. It had to be a single-engined fighter aircraft. That was pretty hard. Excuse me. They had a challenge to destroy 40 aircraft using only German aircraft, and in those you could kill anything you wanted, but you had to be using something German. So that was pretty fun. I was flying that Ju-87G, that Stuka we just looked at with 37mm guns, but I was using it to kill air targets, which is hilarious. On one of the Stukas, you get twin 20mm cannons, and because the Stuka can fly so slow, you can actually dogfight with it. And I know I was talking about not being able to force a square peg into a round hole. Rarely in War Thunder you can do it. It doesn't always work that well, though. But anyway, I got the luck of the Irish in that Stuka battle, and I think I killed 7 aircraft with my Ju-87 D5 Stuka, which was pretty awesome. It was such a lot of fun. They had a challenge today. The challenge today was to use only British aircraft and kill 50 ground targets, which was pretty easy. I took the opportunity to grind out some of my higher tier planes. This Spitfire Mark 5 or Mark 16. I haven't flown it that much. I don't have that much experience on it. I'm not a very good fighter pilot, so I took my Spitfire. I took the Spitfire out, and I would kill a couple of ground targets, and then get into the dogfight. I was getting some experience on my Wellington bomber. It was a pretty fun time. I was having a good time. I've been doing these challenges a lot with my friend Lynx, who I used to play tanks with all the time. He's in some of my platoon videos, Terminator. That's the same guy. And me and Lynx have been playing these War Thunder challenges a lot, and it's been really fun. So I'm probably going to put some War Thunder content up during this closed beta. Not during the closed beta, but during this grind towards the closed beta. And once the closed beta for Ground Forces is out, I will almost certainly do War Thunder Ground Forces content, assuming I am allowed to. If there's a non-disclosure agreement, which I think there will be, then I won't be doing any videos. But assuming it's not illegal, I will put up closed beta Ground Forces HQ videos. So yeah, that should be pretty fun. I'm really looking forward to playing more War Thunder. I hope any of you guys who might maybe want to see a little War Thunder content, or maybe have heard of this game War Thunder but don't know anything about it, I hope maybe some of you guys might play War Thunder too. It's a really fun game. One thing about War Thunder that is great, by the way, that World of Tanks does not do, is War Thunder, there's multiple servers, but everybody's on them. So, I play World of Tanks on the North American server. So, if, the stars aligned, I could never play World of Tanks with Quickie Baby or with Jingles or with Circumflexes because they play on the European servers. I've got a couple of people that there's a guy who subscribe. He's one of my subscribers. He's like my fan. I can never play World of Tanks with that guy because he plays on the EU server and I play on the North American server. Side Strafe can't play with Jingles. Like, it's just disappointing. But in War Thunder, you can do that. Look, here's Ram JB. Yeah, I'm never going to play with Ram JB at War Thunder. He's way better than I am. Here's Jingles. I could send Jingles a message and say, hey, Jingles, play War Thunder with me. He would ignore that message because he never opens his messages now because he gets spammed so much. And if you are watching this, please do not spam Jingles. Leave Jingles alone so that he can play War Thunder in peace. But, it's just cool that it's out there because it means that, if Side Strafe, a North American player, wants to play with Ram JB, a European player, he can. And he does. And it is cool. And that's one great thing War Thunder has going for it that I forgot about, but I thought it was worth throwing in there. And guys, this was supposed to be just a quick little announcement, but y'all know that I like to talk a lot. So we've been going for 11 and a half minutes now. And so I'm going to end this announcement with that. Sorry for rambling so much. But guys, I'm really excited about this. Hopefully I can get some War Thunder content going. And I think it applies with our tanks as well as with our airplanes. So I will leave you with this. Just remember, guys, you can never have enough big guns.